Welcome back, everyone. We're now going to look at an example where we have no solution. In this situation, the lines will have no place where they overlap. This happens when the lines are parallel. Some ways we would describe two parallel lines in a system are called inconsistent systems, and their solution does not exist. That's because they never touch each other. The lines never touch. List an example of a system that has no solution. That's the first thing we need to do, is list an example, then graph the work that you do, and finally solve by elimination. Now, the first thing we could do is just write two equations in slope-intercept form. Y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals 2x minus 2. These are two equations of lines that have different y-intercepts. One's at 1, one's at -2, but their slopes are the same. So we're going to graph these now. The first one has a rise of 2 and a run of 1, and it crosses at the y-axis at 1. Rise of 2, run of 1, rise of 2, run of 1. And then I'm going to just drag this line down using that same slope. Now we're going to look at y equals 2x minus 2. This means that there is an intersection on the y-axis at -2. But the slope is the same. Rise of 2, run of 1. Rise of 2, run of 1. Rise of 2, run of 1. And so there you have it. We have two lines that are parallel to each other that have different y-intercepts but the same slope. Now let's take a look at the last part. It says to solve by elimination. So we need to rewrite these two graphs in standard form. So that means that we need to get all the x's and y's on one side and the numbers on the other. That would, for the first one, I would have -2x plus y equals 1. And the second one, I would have -2x plus y equals -2. Now, by elimination, we would just look at those two equations and figure out what number would I multiply both sides of the equal sign by something to allow me to eliminate one of the terms. Well, I can just pick one. If I were to multiply by -1 on both sides of the equal sign, I would end up with 2x minus y equals -1. So now if I combine the two equations, I get something very interesting happening. If I add the terms down, 2x minus 2x is 0. -y plus y is 0, equals -1 plus -2 is -3. So I get 0 is equal to -3. And that is definitely not a true statement. Those do not equal each other. So we say this system does not exist. It is not consistent. It is an inconsistent system. There is no point where one graph crosses the other.